Hello all. Okay, in this video I'm going to show some random footage of the tractor pulling at the Brechin castle grounds. So I've done a video on this last year. It's basically tractors, they test how powerful they are by pulling a sledge, and the sledge gets heavier as the tractor pulls it along the straight. They're custom tractors, they're standard ones, there's all sorts of different classes and sizes of tractors. It is a motorsport, so it's kind of like heavily customised in some cases, but they do have standard tractors as well, some of the big ones that also take part in the competition. So I'll just get some random photos and random footage throughout just to give you an idea of what's going on like. So I've been to these events before, but not so many lately, but I've been wanting to get back to them. So I hope you enjoy it. Just watch out, see what I put up, see what footage at the show. Just be random. So it's at the Brechin grounds. Basically just parking over there, then I've got to get myself in there, get my ticket, and then you can see the ground where the tractors will be pulling along. So it's quite a long event. So as I say, I won't record all, just miscellaneous, just to show you some of the tractor pulling. It's quite impressive, and lots of horsepower, lots of pulling torque power and that. So as the tractors are custom built. Some of them are custom built, some of them are, well, the majority of them are, but you do get tractor farm class as well, which are the standard tractors that take part as well. So the event was over the weekend. It's 8th and 9th of August 2025. I didn't get yesterday because I couldn't get the day off yesterday from my work, so I could only manage the Saturday, the second day of the event. It's a Friday, Saturday thing. 8th and 9th of August 2025 at the Brechin Castle, the Scottish tractor pullers.
Very little, no time where we're not helping each other out to try and get the place. Some nice truck pulling action for you, British truck pulling points class this evening. We'll hope to get underway at the next half an hour.
So there's 27 tractors that are taking part, some trucks as well. It starts at 5 o'clock. It's about half an hour or so before it actually gets up. So you do get a chance to get a close up look at the tractors as well, but probably don't get that till later on. Sometimes open the pit gates to let you in there to see them. Just show you some of the random stuff.
And on the left hand side here, where I am.
So like I said, this is the second day, it's Saturday, this one. So they'll just be getting the track prepared for the pulling, the ploughs and that, I'll just get everything prepared. That's the sledge over there, that blue thing there, that's the sledge that the tractors are contending with these pulling things. That gets heavier as it goes up the track. It digs in the ground though, the way it moves forward causes it to dig in the ground. So they're still preparing the tracks, another 10 or so minutes to go before it starts. So.
Let's get behind you guys. 3 weeks of working tirelessly then, oh dear. Certainly sounding good. Build the revs up. Get that turbo spooled up. Make the boost pressure gauge go wild. And an issue with a faulty injector becoming unseen last night. And she's staying in there. She's sounding good. She's almost on full job now. the time to go up to this end, but they made it all the way. That's a good run. Very well. They can pull that, and it shuts the flap in front of the turbocharger, shuts the machine. But the LED tower there, we're ready to go, we've got a zero reading, let's see what he can do now, let's get behind him. When the road gear put it in tonight. Now, those legs, wait till you hear this thing go then. Driven one of these tractors before, when he's sitting there, he's feeding in those revs, just gently, making that push pressure, getting the turbo spooled up. And you start seeing a consistent flat beat coming out. That's when the clutch starts to snap your left foot off. The centrifugal force now kicking in as the clutch now coming up gently. Here we go, feeding in now, that's it. Start the brake home, here we go. You can agree with me there, and then you'll get a closer look there as Freddie's pulled back past you. Tremendous. The answer the line, building up the reds there in the new hauling machine. Let's get behind that. I know this is a local favourite here with you all. 25 feet in the start line. Here we go, Barry says, watch sides. And she's the test tour because she's the first one up in the class. So we'll just see if they're happy with the settings from the slides for that run. Yes, so that's it, the slide just setting in. Let's see if we can get a full pull, sorry, let's see Ryan Messi with a little race machine building up the rev on the line, making that push.
This time.
That new engine and turbo setup working very for him. Here we go.
These things are about
Need not look
1,000
anything, but
horsepower.
that slide you away in excess of 14 tonne there. Here we go then.
1,000
Thunder
horsepower.
Green. Let's store up on the line there, Charlie. You need to get into the pull-off here. It has to be a full pull, nothing less than that. Sounds really good. Thunder Green machine sounds fantastic here. Let's hear it go then. Give it all its got off the line. And that whole set turbo spooled up, there we go, just built the rest as you can see. Making sure the turbo kicks into action here. Hey, some flames on the stack. Just before we get the black meat coming. Not far away now, building up those revs, getting the fuel into the engine, turbo getting spooled up here, loads of boost pressure, that's it coming up just now. Listen to this thing, right, here we go! Either that or some clutch issues, unfortunately. Just clutch with no bite. It's one, unfortunately, having to cut that run short there. Just too much. Couldn't keep that going there. There would have been more issues from the... Unfortunately, just the wrong time to build the revs up on the start. Oh, in the air, Aaron! Thunder Green! One more, the fourth time's coming up then. Beautiful, come down 14 meters. Cracking looking machine. Jason James, what's this thing really off the start? That's how it's going to be. Full pull there. Crowd please in action as he wheelied his way up to the full pull line. Working that sledge, just a phenomenal team of guys there. They're well with us. Keep the machine in fine belt. Just have it set up perfectly. Ladies and gentlemen, Davey Ford, Toddy with redemption there with another massive full pull. Seen the guys earlier on changing the wheels over and getting weird surface and another storm and full pull. straight with the Scottish tractor pulling from. Our main event in the Brechin power pole. I'm a big lease on this ground and we'll improve it year upon year. But here we go, green entry there, Tim Ferry on the hot seat. The next last machine. On the 40th anniversary year of the club, Scottish tractor pulling there, some nice there. Just in the bag of us, bigger opportunity to go up. Have a little look at what we've got in store for you. But there's some merchandise there to keep supporting the club.
So, it's been good so far. I'm just sort of like changing my viewpoints and that, looking at it from different vantage points. So I was changing the class. That was, I think it was super tractor, super farm class. But there's various classes. So, as I say, the brake horsepower could be in excess of 1,000, up to 1,500, massively torqued up, like powered up. So the pulling torque in these things would be tremendous. And as you can see, the sledge weight was moving down as it gets along the length of it. The sledge weight moves nearer the front of the sledge, causing it to bite into the actual track more, which makes it obviously effectively heavier. So that's how they adjust the weight. But it makes it's quite interesting anyway. So I'll get a couple of shots from here, and also get a selfie with that as well. It's quite good. See the plumes of smoke going up in the sky. It's just sheer power basically. And I think what they do is they have a wee break, have an intermission where you can actually get into the pitch and get a close look at the tractors, which I'll be doing for sure, and I'll get some footage to share with you as well. So, I'm going to get this with that in the back. This is going to be, I like this shot of this. See the action. I'm trying to get a picture shot where the smoke's coming up and get a selfie at the same time. That's what I'm trying to do. Sheer power. So I won't do too many of those. That was just more kind of like a try to get that selfie shot with the smoke and the power on the tractor coming to launch. But I'm not going to do that too often. I'm going to record it properly and watch it properly. I was just doing that for a one-off. There's loads of pools to come today, so it was just more of an experimental shot. So with this device, I'm actually able to record video and take pictures at the same time, so that's why I was kind of trying to pose for the camera while the action was going, because I'm able to record and take photos at the same time. But I'm not going to do that often, as I say. That's just for a one-off experiment. As I say, I'm going to record it properly. I'm probably going to get some footage from over at that side and get that recorded today as well. And then when they show you in the pits, I'll get into the pits and show the engine's close-up footage. I'll actually get another shot from here, another video from this angle. It's just coming towards you, so it's quite good. But it's not as loud here. Take that back. It's quite loud here still. Sheer power that. So that is good. That's sheer muscle. So I'll get some footage over there as well, just to vary the camera shots.
For every class here, it's going to be superb. A lot of tractors making it into the pull-off with big pull. Up next in turn 5 with blue 401 cubic inch Ford. Built himself a few years back. Put a lot of work into this tractor to get it going this weekend. A lot of breakages recently, a lot of bad luck, but now we go in. He needs to get into the blow-off here. Get some punch behind him. Listen to this thing go. Very convincing full pull again. In the limited pro stock class, Woody Blue building up the rents now to make a storming run here. This tractor goes very well. Another big contender in the limited pro stock class here. Edward Reeves in that turbo build up. Here we go, yeehaw! Full pull there for Moody Blue. Here we go, like, can we get another one into the pull-off? Cracking sound from the NBF meaning green machine there. Different settings, couple of different gears. That high gear there, well dialed in. 85.15, 85 metres and 15. Here we go then. One turbo, 2 high Duco, custom truck puller. Look at that. this machine here.
The bar's a lot more weight. These are 9-ton trucks. Cable's a fail safe, so if it comes off the tractor and pulls that cable, it's covered the engine. If the chain snaps, it stops the tractor from, you know, basically escaping right over the end, right over the end of the truck. It's a fail safe switch. That's what that lightweight cable is. So to break suddenly if the tractor disconnects from the sledge, so obviously you don't want to overshoot it. That'll be the kill switch, that black thing there. If it comes detached, it just breaks the something for a smaller engine.
look at the cheat list. March once again. Just check it out then, I'm on for wheels here. I'm James Spear once again, ladies and gentlemen.
3,000 horsepower. That's what he was saying. 3,000. That's a lot of horsepower. Tractor there! 79, 106, 79! Starman run there from the full stop.
Very difficult to keep 4,000 horsepower in a straight line. There's that jet into the fuel.
So I'm going away to have a look around the pits. So let the pits open for 20 minutes because it's like a wee sort of intermission break, and get a chance to get a close up look at the tractors and trucks and engines and that. So I'll certainly be utilising this time to do that, that's for sure. I want to get some close-ups of that and have a closer look at them. You get to see the sledge as well. So this one I was quite impressed with because it's actually quite like a sort of standard lorry, which is pretty cool. It's ERF 11 litre, I think. Might be a bigger engine than this.
Next year.
So I was just asking, it's actually an 11 litre engine. So that's what I thought. It's kind of like the standard truck chassis, obviously modified with the pooling event. The transmission and the clutch will all be upgraded. But, it's quite a machine. And it's obviously got the additional weight over the rear axle for extra traction. So, because when I get the wheels up to spin, I want the traction, put the power onto the track basically. So I put the weight on to get the traction better. So let's close up with some of the engines and the Kevlar. The heat resistant material, and it's Kevlar. It's almost like bulletproof. So if anything fractures like a turbo, it basically keeps the fragments within. So it's a protective cover. It's also heat proofing as well. So because the turbocharger gets red hot, and if it fractures, it keeps it in there. It's like bulletproof material to keep any fragments kept inside, so it doesn't go flying everywhere. So it's Kevlar they use, I think, and it's also heat protective materials as well. So yeah, it's quite a piece of engineering. So this is a closer view of the turbocharger.
So that if you've got problems with the blow, yeah, so.
Fuel injectors. So we're going to have a look at this 4,000 horsepower jet engine, which is quite something. That's all, again, all that black stuff is bulletproof. It's like Kevlar. Again, if the turbines shatter, it'll come off like a bullet, so they've got to obviously protect it. And it's all heat resistant material as well. So it's a jet fuel, basically, a jet engine.
No, I'm not doing that. Look out for the girls.
So this will be the kill switch, I think, where the cable breaks the circuit and cuts off the engine. I think that's what the kill switch is connected up to. All these engines are connected up to the main propeller shaft which goes to the rear axle, so it's connected up with probably planetary gears and set of transfer gears are all connected to that top tube. So being thin metal, it'll just lose its heat. It acts on the same principle as a radiator. Thick metal keeps its heat for longer, but this is thin metal and it's quite windy, so it'll lose its heat fairly quickly. So these exhaust ports will be, they cool down quite quickly. It's a heat conductor and it dissipates the heat. Being a thin metal, the heat travels to the finished metal. That's the same principles as a radiator. So the steering mechanism just basically goes down there, drives the front axle. So that was the steering mechanism, the steering column. The steering wheel's off at the moment so the driver could get off, but the steering column goes down and it just connects to the front axle to do the steering. So the rear wheel, obviously the prop shaft drives the rear axle. Again, that's heat-proofing material and probably Kevlar in there as well, so any turbo fractures or anything like that doesn't go flying up. So there's only five minutes left in the pits, so I'm going to have a quick look at the sledge before I go back to the main arena, the viewing point. It's going to be a start up very shortly. So this is where it all happens, and of course the unsung hero, the sledge is obviously very important and crucial for the whole event. And it works so it slides along as the weight slides nearer the front, it makes it harder for it to pull. So it makes the tractor harder to pull because it bites the plough into the ground more. The tractor's got to work harder, and that's how it gets how it works harder. So it's not actually the weight that's increasing, it's just the weight's being moved over to the front, making it more difficult, causing more drag. And that's the weight there. As you saw on the thing, it slides up to reset, and as the tractor's pulling it, that starts to slide forward. And it makes it harder for the plough to go across the ground, which gives the tractor more work. And that's how the competition gets that's how it works basically. There's a close up of that's the fail safe for the dead mud. Well, I'll pull that, I think if it comes free there I'll cut the engine. It's like a kill switch basically. This is quite solid. It's not, it's the plough bits at the bottom there. So. these are the weights that they use for putting into the sledge, and this big JCB will be used to lift the weights, these weights, which will go into that container there. That's where the weights will go into. So this is like a bit of an unsung hero because this is kind of like pivotal. It's very important for the contest. So it's very important in the sledge. That's what the whole competition's based on. So I might get a couple of selfies. There's only about 2 minutes left when I get back. So I'll get a selfie of that truck in the back. It's like, yeah. Always coming up. I'm just taking selfies as a video. So, it's a lovely evening as well, actually. The weather's really nice. So we'll have a very quick look at this one before it, because they're obviously wanting people to start making their way back to the arena, so the viewing area. So we'll get a quick look at this before we go back.
You've shut the tap, Charlie.
I think that's the coolant that they're topping up with. I think they're topping it up with ice cold water or something. I'm not sure. It's really cold water. I think they inject it into liquid oxygen is used. I'll check on this. So yeah, they sometimes use liquid nitrogen to cool them down because of the extreme temperatures. That's just ordinary water they're using in that one. But I've heard it on something last year I was here. I remember being told that they use, I think it's liquid nitrogen or something. It's extremely cold anyway for the cooling system. So because it's obviously it's extreme pressure, it's very demanding sport in the vehicles. So I better make my way to the pits because they're asking everybody to return back to the arena. Make the way back to the viewing area so they can get the show back on the road, so to speak. So it was a quick look around the pits, a very brief one, but still it was interesting. So it was quite busy in the pits, but it's time to go back now to the viewing area so they can get the contest. More tractor pulling up underway again, so I'm looking forward to that. So it's a lovely evening as well. So I've just sat myself down here, I'm going to have a nice coffee and watch the rest of the show. I'll record some as well.
In the first pool here.